Hello friends, good morning all of you. Today we discuss an example regarding addition theorem of the probability in the case of three events. Remember that the addition theorem of the probability and even the multiplication theorem of the probability can be extended to n number of events. There is no limit for that. Today we are going to discuss this addition theorem of the probability in the case of three events. In the last class we discussed the addition theorem of the probability in the case of two events. Remember that the addition theorem means the events are mutually exclusive or inclusive. You need to identify from the given information. Multiplication theorem means whether the events are independent or dependent. So these points you need to observe whenever a problem is given to you. Okay. Now all of you see here, this is one standard example as far as the addition theorem of the probability in the case of three events. So what is the problem here? Three newspapers A, B, C are published in a city, and a survey of readers indicates the following. So like Deccan Chronicle, Times of India, Hindu, is it like three newspapers are there? What are those? A, B, C. So in Hyderabad city like that, and they what to call a survey giving some information. Based on this information, finally we want to answer we will be asked to answer the wanted probability. What is that? So what is that information? 20% read newspaper A, 60% read newspaper B, 14% read C, 8% read A and B. So here the word and is very important. So symbolically, what is the meaning of that? A intersection B information. 5% read B intersection C. 4% read A intersection C. Remember that A intersection C is equal to C intersection A. And 2% read all three. So how many papers actually? A, B, C. All three, how do you write? A intersection B intersection C. Now what is the question actually? For a person chosen at random, find the probability that he reads none of the papers. So what is the actual answer required? The answer required here is nothing but the chosen or selected person should not read any of these newspapers. So how do you get that answer? Any of the newspapers leading person. So generally what is happening here, probability of A union B union C represents, what is that? The person reading any one of the newspapers. He reads either newspaper A, newspaper B, newspaper C. But here actually what is the question required? The question required here, the probability of the chosen person should not read A, should not read B, should not read C. How do you denote that? A bar or B bar or C bar. So how do we get this? We calculate this information, 1 minus of this. So 1 minus of A union B union C we require. So like that here, small twist is there. So generally what happens, up to this is a straightforward question. But here some twist has been given. What is that? The actual required probability is none of them should read any one of the newspaper. So how do we get? We get this probability, and 1 minus of this we do that. This is just like the standard notation. What is the standard notation? P plus Q is equal to 1. If you want Q, how do you get? 1 minus P. So based upon this only, we actually derived this information. And before that, if you observe this problem, the information is in terms of percentage. I already told you the probability information can be provided in three forms. One is ratio form. What do you call that? P by Q form. One is decimal form, 0 point something. And the very conventional as far as business information is concerned, what do you call that? Percentage form. So actually the probability is given in the percentage form, but doing further operation, the best form is ratio form, mathematical form. Okay. So that's why what do we convert this percentage answer? We convert into the P by Q form. We are not actually converting. So generally the information what you can read 20% you can put as 20 by 100. Percent means 100, you know very well. That is P by Q form. 16% is nothing but 16 by 100. 14%, 14 by 100, 8 by 100, 5 by 100, 4 by 100, 2 by 100. That's all. The point to be observed here, the probability information already provided in terms of the percentage. That information we are converting into what? P by Q form. And we go for doing what you called the probability information calculation. Before that, what we do here, what are all the things given that we rewrite? What are the information given? Like a probability of A is given, probability of B is given. Same, what is that? Probability of C is given, probability of A intersection B, probability of what is that? B intersection C, and probability of A intersection C is given. So this is nothing but C intersection A. Then what is the probability of A union B union C, and also what is the information given? Probability of A intersection B intersection C is also given. So we substitute in the union formula for three events and we get this answer, but finally 1 minus P we get. Okay, let us see how to write the answer for this problem. Okay. Now look at here. Some introduction part I wrote here. What is that? According to the given information, given that there are three newspapers A, B and C, and which are not mutually exclusive also. When mutually exclusive means never exists intersection answer. Probability of A intersection B will not be there. Same way probability of C intersection C will not be there. So these are not mutually exclusive. That mutually exclusive information generally how do you understand? There is a possibility of reading one candidate, two papers. If you want you can read 3 papers, 4 papers, so many papers. Let us take my case. I read one regional newspaper every day and as well as one national paper. It's a habit, understand? More people are there who reads many more newspapers because newspaper reading is a very good habit, especially the going to be business graduates like you are. Every day, minimum to minimum one newspaper you need to read. So keeping aside all that, so this is the given information. Now I am putting all the information in terms of the notations. All of you look at here. What is the given information? Okay. So probability of A is equal to 20 by 100. So need not to worry here. What is that? 20% read A. Same way B means 16%. 16 by 100. Probability of C is 14 by 100. Now A and B reads 8%. So how do you write in terms of notations? A intersection B 8 by 100. Like B intersection C 5 by 100. A intersection C is equal to 4 by 100. Now probability of A intersection B intersection C is equal to 2 by 100. Now you know the standard formula, union form. In the case of three events, union probability of A union B union C is equal to sum of individual probabilities minus subtraction of intersection of the probabilities plus addition of intersection of all the probabilities. So probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of B intersection C minus probability of C intersection A whole divided by plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. So these are the numerical values for these notations. Luckily we got the same what to call denominator 100. So entirely all numerators can be written like this. So on simplification only plus values added minus only what to call subtraction values, negative values. So what is the answer you are going to get here? 35 by 100. But this is not the actual probability. What is this? Probability of what you called a person selected at random reads newspaper A or B or C. But the selected person should not read any one of the newspaper. So how do you write? That is probability of A bar union B bar union C bar. That is equal to 1 minus of A union B union C probability. So 1 minus 35 by 100. So 65 by 100. So in terms of decimals, what is that? 65. So what is the percentage? 65%. Okay. So this is called the way of solving the three events case addition theorem of the probability. Okay. So what I did here, simply identified the given information, okay, and converted into notational form like this, and finally we got this answer. Is that clear? So this is called application of the addition theorem of the probability, the case of three events. Now we go for application of multiplication theorem. No, this is one of the application of the multiplication theorem. So when you are answering the multiplication theorem, you need to think about whether the events are independent or dependent. What are independent events? The happening of the events would be there without influence of previous event or succeeding event, predecessor event or successor event. If influence is there, such kind of events are known as dependent events. Now let us see here, a bag contains 5 green and 7 red balls. 2 balls are drawn. Find the probability that one is green and the other is red. So what is the word here? And is there. And indicates that intersection. So it is hinting that it's a multiplication theorem application. Okay. And also if you see here, 5 green balls, 7 red balls are there. And the condition is that one is green and one is the red ball. Now tell me, is there any one ball so that within that ball you find green and red color? No. Green balls are different, red balls are different. So there is no compound event. So when there is no compound event, that indicates that this is not a dependent event problem. This is a independent event problem. Mixing of the events is not possible. Same here also, what you write, we name the events. So let us suppose that A, B are drawing of what you called a green color ball, a red color ball. Then probability of A is what? Drawing of a green color ball. So one green color ball, how do you write? One time. By out of 5 green balls, how many ways? One ball, 5. 1 by 5. 1C1 by 5C1. Same way, what is the probability of B drawing of one red color ball from 7 red color ball? That means one red color ball will be drawn from one red color ball 1C1 ways by, that is 1 by. Out of 7, how do you draw total number of ways? 7. 1 by 7. Okay. Now what is the required event? Probability of A intersection B. When two balls are drawn, one should be a green color ball and one more should be a red color ball. So both the events should take place. Probability of A intersection B. So what is this? Multiplication theorem happening of both the events. So what is the formula? Probability of A into, okay, probability of A into probability of B intersection A. Okay. Or what is the one more form? Probability of B into probability of A intersection B. Now here both A comma B are independent. This implies that probability of B given A does not exist. That is directly equal to probability of B. Or probability of A given B also does not exist. So that is also going to be equal to probability of A. Why? Because what is the meaning of that? Probability of drawing a green color ball. What is B? The probability of drawing a red color ball should depend upon drawing of a green color ball. Will it be possible? No. Both are different color. Here also. Hence, the only above probability directly you get. Then what happens? This is going to be probability of B. This is going to be probability of A. Directly you get the answer. So that indicates that in this problem the events are independent to each other. How do you get the answer? The joint happening of both the events simply by multiplication. Conditional probability is not applying here because the events are independent. Okay. Now let us see the procedure of answering this problem. Now look at here, let A be the event of drawing a green color ball, B be the event of drawing a red color ball. Both A and B are independent. How do you understand both are independent means? Based upon the information and use your logic. Will it be possible in a single ball to have a red and green color? If that kind of ball is available, that information would have provided here. Nothing has been provided. Only 5 green balls, only 7 red color balls are there. That indicates that both are independent. That's why reading the problem is very important. Both A and B are independent. Then probability of A is equal to, that means drawing a green color ball, 1 by 5. Probability of B is nothing but drawing a red color ball, 1 by 7. But what is the actual probability? First, a green color ball should be drawn and a red color ball should be drawn. So how do you denote in terms of probability? Probability of A intersection B. But both are independent. Hence, the probability of B doesn't exist. Probability of B given A. Only probability of B. Same way, probability of A given B does not exist. What exists? Only probability of A. So keeping this point in mind, so now what happens? Probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B given A. Only one of the form we are taking. But here B is not depending on here. So directly what you get? Probability of A into probability of B. Because A comma B are independent. So what is that? 1 by 5 into 1 by 7, 1 by 35. 0.0285. So 2.85%. So in the probability, what is important? Writing the answer is very, very important. Based upon the marks, based upon the awarded marks, 2 marks, 10 marks, 12 marks, isn't it? You need to extend the steps. For 2 marks problem, for 2 marks you cannot write, you need not to write all these steps. Simply write down 3 steps. Find out M, find out N, find out M by N, that's it. But for higher marks, 10 marks, 12 marks means all these steps are required. So this is an example of multiplication theorem, that whenever the events are independent to each other. Now let us go for one more example. See the question. Find the probability of drawing a heart on each of the 2 consecutive draws from well shuffled pack of cards if the card is not replaced after the draw. Okay. Now imagine. So what is the sample space? So 52 cards are there. Out of 52 cards, how many hearts would be there? Hearts, spades, diamonds, clubs. So many hearts would be there. 13 hearts cards would be there. 13 heart cards would be there. So what is that anatomy of the cards is? Hearts, spades, diamond, clubs. So many heart cards would be there? 13 heart cards would be there. So what is that condition? 2 consecutive draws, one after the other. Okay, first draw, second draw. 1 heart card has been drawn, and again also 1 heart card has been drawn. So after picking this card, so total first time how many cards would be there? 52 cards would be there. So 1 heart has been selected. Let us suppose that H1. So when you go for second heart selection, now how many cards would be there? 51 cards. Again this heart card has not been replaced into these cards. What is the meaning of that? Out of 52 only 51 exists now. Now what is the meaning of that? The next selection is depending on the first selection. बड़ा क्रिकेट ग्राउंड क्या बन गया? हॉकी ग्राउंड बन गया. Again, one more draw, this card has not been replaced, that becomes a shuttle court. So what is the meaning of that? The playing area has been reduced, limited. So what is the meaning of that? The events are dependent on each other. This point is very, very important. So previously independent event, this is dependent events. Most of the times dependent event problems based upon cards. Okay. Now what is the meaning of that? If A is the first heart card, so how many ways you can select? 13C1 by 52C1. So what is that answer? 13C1 by 52C1. Let us suppose that is probability of A. For the probability of B, the second heart selection H2. Now only how many cards would be there? Only 51 cards would be there now, because the first card has not been replaced. 51C1. Already 1 heart has been selected. Now how many hearts will be remain now? 12. From 12 you need to select 1. Then how do we get multiplication? So probability of A and B. So probability of A into probability of the B is depending on its previous draw. I think by 13 by 52 into 12 by 51. So that is the required probability. So 13 by 52 into 12 by 51. So this is the answer. That means the conditional probability has been existing. The succeeding probability depending upon its what you call predecessor probability. Why? That word is very, very important. Not replaced. If the word replaced is there, then what happens? Instead of 12C1 by 51C1, again what you get? 13C1 by 52C1. Same thing will be repeated. Okay? That's why in the probability problems, what is important? Terminology is so important. Clearly, not replaced means for every draw, the deck of cards size has been reducing. So for the third draw, how many cards would be there? 50 cards only. For the next draw, fourth draw, 49 cards only. So like that, what is there? The big cricket ground has been reducing slowly. That means limitation has been what you called implied. A house without any furniture seems to be very spacious, but when you what you called purchase furniture, the house becomes a little bit congested. If you put other kind of things, again it becomes what you call more congested. That means the dependent probability is going to be what you call reducing for every succeeding probability. So let us see how to write the answer. So let A comma B are the events of drawing heart card one after the other. That is A, B are dependent events. Strictly speaking, B is depending on A. Hence, conditional probability exists. Probability of B given A exists. A intersection B event represents first and second time drawing a heart card only. So, what is the meaning of this notation? A intersection B event of drawing first time and as well as second time only a heart card. Now, probability of A is equal to 13 by 52. After this card there is no replacement, hence the size of the cards becomes 51, the number of hearts become 12. So probability of B given here becomes 12 by 51. Then the required probability RP is going to be probability of A intersection B, probability of A into probability of B given A. But in the previous problem, probability of B given A is directly equal to only probability of B. There is no dependence. So after getting job, you are not going to depend on your parents for money. Then you will be called as independent. Now still what is your stage? You are depending on your parents for every expenditure. Like that you have to imagine the concepts with what you call your real time life. So probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B given A. That is equal to 13 by 52 into 12 by 51. So on simplification, P by Q form. So next what do you get here? This is decimal form. This is percentage form. Okay. So today what we understood the addition theorem of the probability example in the case of three events and the multiplication theorem in the case of independent events. This is an independent cases example. Next, the addition theorem of the probability in the case of dependent events. Okay. I stop here. Tomorrow we continue with more interesting concept. Okay. Thank you so much.